Hello, guys. This is Chipster Apple here on YouTube and DeviantArt for the moment. And I will be reviewing an Atari game tonight called Zenji. Zenji by Activision. And definitely I will review this video game and see what the game is made of. And this is a puzzle game involving a Martian bouncing ball from outer space escaping neon lasering barricades made by opponent magnets and animistic barriers. So, let's begin. Yeah, there we go. Interesting game by Activision, huh? This is not a common game. I had to look on eBay a long time, practically over a year for this one. Yeah. There are games that are hard to find these days. Because there are those rare hidden gems that are very good quality video games. They were just unsold well because of uncreative minds of uncreative gamers, you know? And this is why, in the scope of things, reviewing is important for video games because reviewers can remind audiences that it's not always the fault of the artist for a video game's failure in the economic market. After all, who are people like us? Well, everybody makes mistakes, right? What are those mistakes? Well, humans will, when you think about it, especially with this fantasy video game, humans at times can seem to behave a little bit like Martians from outer space. There are some people who are very bad people who will try to steal from others, who will try to lie about their neighbors, and they would misrepresent their communities. So, with that in mind, let's think about it carefully. And this is definitely a game that has a lot of interesting appeal when it comes to the puzzle market. But it is a very challenging game. You get plenty of continues lives with this game, but it is difficult. And it will put you out of order and in of order over and over as a reminder that life at times can be a puzzle and it can feel like you're just hanging there in space. I know I drifted a little bit there from my previous lecture, but yeah, lectures can be fine just as long as, you're not too extreme on it. Okay. I did my high score there. Well, actually, let me reset the game. Because actually, I'm gonna switch over to my choice of controller. And keep in mind, I have not told you yet what Atari system I'm playing this on. Well, I'll show you. You see, I'm playing this game with the Atari 5200 controller here, and I use these fire buttons along with this joystick to move around in the maze and create entrances and exits for my exploration of interconnected spaces for neons and lasers of universal matter debris. So I hit start here, and I play the game as such. And hey, you will lose at times a little bit in video games. I mean, that is natural. I mean, definitely, you're not trying to get a perfect score, really. Definitely, we should not try to look too much for that, city of perfection stuff. That gets too annoying. That's kind of like a graboid tremors kind of a rumor. I mean, you cannot, literally have a place where everything is understood and everything is predictable. Nah. It's a nice fantasy, but nah. In real life, we have to labor and struggle a little bit. And do not mind me. I'm in my night pajamas here. Because I am gonna go to bed later on. Definitely, it is important to have, good pajamas on, when you go to sleep at night. For health of sleeping and such. I'm entering these tunnels and going into these portals and screws, and, there can be twists here and there that get hard to predict or even find. Definitely the difficulty variation, was an issue with a lot of, games in, the 80s. Varying difficulties, such as what is easy, what is medium, what is hard, what is expert, what is novice. Very strange puzzle here. Wow. I may have to go back to the beginning to think about it more carefully. Because definitely this is a very puzzling game. This would be like an early example of a kind of Tetris-like game. I mean, and definitely there's a kind of Martian, outer space, galactic foreign element to it. Because what is a Zenji? I'm actually doing very well in the game so far. It may not look like it, but when there's a game like this that is really hard, even making a little progress is like $1,000,000. It's one of those hard games where it's like, you do not always make a lot of progress, but when you make even a little bit of progress, it feels like you're made of dynamite. You're a hero, like you're Hercules, you're Zeus, you're like your own household god. Like you have a lot of potential for improvement in this world, and I think there is something wonderful to be said about that kind of difficult game, Because what happens is, whenever there is a video game that is too easy, it feels like you're always cutting through melted butter, and it's so melted it runs right through your shirt. When there's a video game like that, then that does get into the extremely easy cookie cutter territory where it's like, it feels like you have had these exact cookies before over and over, and you know that technically you're baking the cookies, but it's the same cookies. Yeah. There are a lot of, I use the word cookie In particular, the word cookies is a metaphor about very easy and very undifficult and easy to beat games. When there are games like that, it's kind of like those recipes in a cookbook that are so easy, it's really not cooking at all, you know? Oh, yes, yes, to make a taco, you put chicken in the tortilla with a spoon and add some onions and tomatoes. Cooking recipes that are very easy are similar to video games that are very easy. If any instruction to any game or activity feels like too easy for you, it'll feel like you did absolutely nothing. And for that reason, that is often why I do travel for my pleasures instead of just staying at home. Alright. Wow. Very difficult game, huh? Probably a little too hard in some areas, but let me switch over to my controller. Yeah, but this is definitely the Atari 5200 joystick, and the joystick controls are marvelous, and it feels like I'm a co-pilot almost in an alien spaceship. And the rubber buttons are very comfortable with my fingers, especially with the contacts being made of durable gold connections. And this is a modern remake and rebuild of the Atari 5200 joystick. And I hope you guys have wonderful holidays and that you'll be able to find what you're looking for in the shopping season.